Hello there. Some of you will probably recognize this. It's a Rolls razor blade. And this one actually has, if I can find it, let me see where it is. I don't know if if my camera will pick it up, but I'm going to try to if I can. It has a small chip on the edge as well. So what I'm going to do, I've honed it in the contraption that it's made for. That's made for doing that and all that. And got decent shaves off it, but I want to try to take this chip out and hone it on a stone. And in order to do that, I have got to find the angle that this thing sits at when it is in the Rolls unit. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, let me change my camera angle and drop down here a bit. I have a 1K stone here. Let me see if I can move just a tiny bit closer. There, that ought to be okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a permanent marker. Now I've killed this edge on a piece of glass because I don't want to try handling it and doing all this when it's razor sharp. I want to hone it to a razor sharpness, a shave ready edge. But what I'm going to do, and that'll give me a couple of tries on it, is I'm going to mark the edge with black tape, and then I'm without any tape whatsoever on it to start with. I'm going to set it here. Okay. And now when I look at that through my loupe, I'm finding that that's absolutely perfect. So I don't know. I've read a bunch of threads that said, oh, it's 2 layers of tape, or it's 3 layers of tape. This right here is telling me that it's no layers of tape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take. So that's how I'm going to hone the thing. No tape. But what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to take a couple of layers of tape, or a layer of tape, and I'm going to put on here. Well, yeah, I better use 2. And I'm going to see if I can just hone that chip out. So stand by. Just sorry that I don't have no camera editor, so you'll have to put up with this kind of stuff for me. A little bit of tape. And one more layer. Because what I want to do is I want to make a fairly steep bevel so that I can kind of work the steel a bit. And try to hone that. Chip out of this blade. Sounds like wifey might be coming, and if she is, we'll have to pause and start over. But yeah, the chip is coming out of it. That's good. Beautiful. Almost completely gone. And I think that a bit of honing without tape, just setting the bevel, would probably finish it. But I'm going to do about 10 passes. And still there. So I think that this chip would hone out because it's very small. But I'd rather get it out. Than end up honing and find it still there. Also, this tape lets me put a bit more pressure on the blade, and I bet that would shave right now. It does quite handily. But it lets me put just a bit of more pressure on the blade, and that way I can really hit it quite hard, or quite aggressively rather, not hard, and get it out, and it's gone. So what I'm going to do is kill this on some glass. This is my bottle of barbicide mix. Very good and dull. I'm going to kill that on some glass, take the tape off, and clean that marker off, and any tape residue off with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or naphtha if the rubbing alcohol won't take tape. Sometimes some of the tape residue can be fairly stubborn. Naphtha or lighter fluid, basically, takes care of it without a bit of trouble. And so, and the rubbing alcohol takes the permanent marker off. No issues at all. So, good to go. Alright. This again, I said, one keystone. Move my stuff I don't want wet out of the way. Well, let's go to town. Now, if we're going to set a bevel, if I find that this is not working, in the machine, in other words, I can't keep this blade going with the strop in the machine, then I'll know that this angle isn't quite right. And I'll try with one layer of tape next time. I'll just move up. I'm going to take my time and just shave with it and use it till I figure it out. But I just thought I'd go along and bring you guys along, rather, so that if there's anybody out there that is interested, that has one of these and wants to try to, nowhere near ready yet, and wants to try it, they'll know what's involved. They'll see what I did, and it either will work or not, and they'll know from that what to do. I can see, I just realized looking at it, you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just laying the hone down on it like this. Put my fingers, let me see if I can get a little closer. I'm just laying the hone down on the stone like this, putting my fingers like that, sticking my thumbs back here, and going. And what I'm doing is I'm doing an X stroke. That's all I'm doing. I'll try to get a better angle at it later, but for right now, that's the deal. Let me see. Kind of like that. Now, that's awkward for me, so you won't see me. I don't know. I may try to do that so that you can see. But that's just all I'm doing. I'm not using a whole lot of pressure because I'm not trying to wear down the spine, and that feels like it's getting a bit sharper. Oh yeah, starting to shave now. So a few more laps or passes on the 1K, and then I'll flip to the 3K, and I'll be back when I get to the 3K.